All right. Well, since we are started, last session, you tried to be some good Samaritans, found some floating guy in the river, attempted to rescue him. He wasn't a guy. Instead, you met some foul friends. Um, we'll start with Razza. Go ahead and remind us who you are and tell us whatever he is thinking about one player during the past couple of battles, and eventually it'll lead back to you.
I'm playing Regal. After wiping his saber clean of the black blood of these fiends, at one point he was a little bit nervous for Pim, and then uh, he was also a little bit nervous about Illyri, but Illyri turned out to be a badass, so he actually was. It was Goblins United, so.
So I'm Charlotte. I'm playing Illyri, a Goblin Paladin. She's very intrigued by Adam. This sort of very stoic, very quiet presence, and the magic is sort of, ooh, that's interesting. That's cool. And it's
Um,
badass.
um, Hi, I'm Mario and I play Adam. He is thinking to himself that it's slightly concerning that others in the party aren't as good at killing so far as he is, and he is worried that Pim might be a little too flighty to actually take seriously.
I'm Peter. I play Pim Littlefellow, the second best druid in this entire group.
Oh, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
And I guess the first best druid is next.
Alrighty. Uh, Hi, I'm Travis or Panda, and I am playing Duncan. I think Duncan is, for the most part, comfortable with the party and their actions. Uh, Regal seemed to be very confident and handled himself well while he was swarmed. And Pim is still alive, which is impressive on its own right. But
I'm
everyone
glad,
seemed
like,
to
glad
do pretty
someone thinks
well.
so.
Hey, you got swarmed and you did okay.
I guess he did.
The day is yours.
Adam had already made it clear that the combat's over. He's just sat down and starts to undergo a short rest. And if the party decides to move on, he'll simply interrupt the rest to get up and move with them. But in the meantime, he's just going to sit there very quietly.
Yeah,
Pim,
Illyri will sort of start patching herself up. Is that hurt?
Duncan will follow
I
suit then, and he'll just sit next to Adam. And just kind of side eye him a little bit. Keep an eye on him.
Adam wouldn't even notice.
Pim is going to sit directly in front of Adam, cross-legged, and stare at him silently.
He doesn't notice.
Okay, seeing that interaction, I'm just gonna dart between both of them a couple times with my eyes and just kind of hand in front of Adam's face. Hey, Adam.
Adam looks over.
Your spell work was impressive.
Adam sort of, he almost smiles, but he stops himself and just gives you a nod.
And then take a drink, offer a drink.
He'll look at it a bit. He won't hesitate so much as just look a bit confused and then not just reach over and sort of hesitatingly assumes that, okay, it's a drink. I suppose I'm supposed to drink it. So he
Yeah,
has a sip, then hands it back.
cool. Keep that up, and he'll just pat you on the shoulder and then walk away. As he does, he's going to detect thoughts on Adam.
Adam is feeling on the outside you see nothing. On the inside, he is chuffed AF. He's like, oh my God, was that acceptance? Was that praise? I'm not sure. That's what he's thinking.
And then I'll just take one quick. I think about checking Pim's brain. I see it right there, but I just don't want to be in there. So, I'll just do one quick glance at Illyri, get those like last 20 seconds of surface thoughts, and then walk away.
She's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my, that was so exciting, and yet that was so scary, and it's just this a churning of going from like that was brilliant, and she's terrified.
Okay. With that, he'll go over and just give Illyri a quick pat on the shoulder too. You're tough, and then walk away.
Thank you.
So for anyone who is paying attention, having kind of dashed off down along the river, Rennie, realizing that none of you are following him after he said you just had to hurry, is kind of slumping back with his head down, just looking up with you, face more red than usual. Go ahead and mark off your short rest.
Not bad. That's exciting. And meanwhile, our little gnome friend is probably just like pacing backwards and forwards. Come on, can we go yet? Can we go yet? Can we go yet? Can we go yet?
All right. If it's time to go now, I'll just grab Pim and then place him on Sarah. And then I'll go over and I'll grab Rennie and put him on my mule. Then get on my mule. All right, everybody. Let's make up time.
So face lights up.
Adam stands up when he hears that, and he is ready to start moving.
Yeah. I think Regar will double check that Pim is strapped in after Duncan puts him onto the side.
I don't need a
He'll give
seat
him a little.
belt.
He looks you up and down.
I don't think you
Doesn't
would.
say anything, he just smiles. And he'll go over to Illyri. He goes, are you ready to go?
Yeah, we don't see many more of those.
The rats or the fiends?
Those things that we just thought not nice.
They were pretty nasty, I agree. He'll give a little pat.
They were
encouraging pat.
disgusting.
It's seen worse, if that's any comfort. Probably not.
I think we all
No.
have. We've seen people eat eyeballs from frogs, so we've all seen worse.
This is true.
Tasty though. He's still playing it like he actually ate one. Anyway, I think Regal will then go check on. Not that I don't think it's not that he thinks that they need it, but he just is kind of like just courtesy because to see if Duncan's all right. You've got a mean kind of right hook right there, and especially when you turn into your cat. Sorry, Moorbounder? Is that what it's called?
Yes. The Wildebounders are strong but flimsy. Fast though.
Impressive. I mean, unorthodox, but impressive. I guess, yeah, like a wink. And he'll glance at Adam but not say anything. It's kind of just like, I guess we're all full of surprises. He'll just go up and out to Remy and like follow him.
So you travel for the remainder of the day. Rennie kind of speaks to, I guess, Regal or Duncan. We could maybe make it to the Wildwoods, if we push it, but well, if you don't want to sleep near the river again tonight, but not to the village. I don't think, unless you want to travel through the night.
If we travel through the night, do you think we would be able to get there today, or would we get there like mid-morning tomorrow?
To the village, if that's what you wanted to do.
I'll call back to everyone else as I kind of slow down the meal, although it's not going that fast. Uh, do you all want to camp out, or do you want to keep pushing it? Try and get there tonight.
We'll see in the dark.
I can see in the dark.
Sometimes.
I stare at the human.
Duncan will just shrug. Sometimes.
Not that anyone can hear Adam's thoughts, but in his thoughts he's saying, "Can people not see in the dark? That's weird."
Duncan looks at Illyrian. I trust you to handle it, and if it gets bad, I'll be able to see.
Um, I, okay. I mean, I'm quite tired, but if you want to keep going, we keep going.
Okay, that's one first stop, and they look over at the others.
I'm okay with it, as long as everyone is.
I'll do whatever everybody else wants.
Adam,
Adam looks at you.
I need you to make a choice.
You see fear come over his face. Adam
Commitment.
Adam thinks he dead set waits about a minute. You just watch him, and a good minute goes by. He says nothing, and then eventually he says, "Go."
Okay.
Just sleep?
Oh gosh.
He looks at you. He looks at you with this blank stare.
Duncan starts moving again and then stops.
When you started moving, Adam immediately started moving too, but then stops
Okay.
when you stop.
Okay. I think we're just going to try and push it, everybody.
We're gonna push.
Okay.
So as you continue along the river, eventually the sun begins to set low behind you. At first, possibly some sort of reflection, but you do see as the horizon brightens, as the reds and maroons and burgundies of the Vermaloc wildwood comes into view far, far in the distance.
I think regardless as the sun is setting, I mean, he'll admire it, but he will keep an eye out or ears out for any more shenanigans.
Cool. Perception check, please.
Is that where we're going?
Really?
I've always wanted to go to those woods. I heard that they're not spooky like the woods where I live, but they have other interesting things. What do you think, O'Leary?
It's really pretty. But I think they are still spooky. I mean, that's why we're going there. There's spooky things going on.
My woods are pretty too. I mean, there's dead trees and everything, but they're pretty dead trees.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Lotuston Greenwood. People say the Lotuston is haunted and stuff, but ghosts are just like people. In fact, some of them were people. And if you just treat them like the people they were, well, yeah, that don't really help. But they're not bad. Well, okay, so some of them are bad, but some of them are okay. They're all kind of bad, but they're not all. I mean,
Illyri,
Regal.
the color is just draining from Illyri, like.
During this conversation, you get kind of that hair on the back of your neck just start to tingle.
Regal attempts to be perceptive, but not sure if it's the colors of the sunset or the conversation that's happening around them, but that wasn't that one. So, it is nice out here.
Duncan, slightly unsettled by the conversation and happening as he starts to lose general vision, he's going to have his eyes kind of gloss over for a second in a hue of red, and he will take a little damage as he kind of just preps himself for the chaos that he feels is about to come with all this ghost talk in the darkness. Just
Okay.
just unsettled at the moment.
Ew.
He's gonna take 2 necrotic damage.
Regal, you feel these shivers along the back of your neck. You see as Duncan kind of pauses. As you pause to look at him, you see this massive eyeball kind of blink in the sunset beyond him. This towering cyclops kind of sneers as he picks up a giant rock. What do you do?
I guess I'm surprised, right? I think in the brief moment he sees that, he goes, huh, that might hurt. And then he'll start to try and call out. I don't know how much time he's got, but he'll try and call out a warning. He goes, rock! That's all we've got time to say.
Yes,
I mean, I get smacked
you
first.
watch as he kind of hears you. His eye seems to focus in on your sound and hurls a rock towards you. Kind of cracks a tree and skids in the ground because a 9 doesn't hit you. Adam, you hear the sound of Regal's voice. You see this rock kind of land just a couple of feet in front of him, cracking through a tree and the dirt, and look to its source. What do you do?
Adam just stares. I guess in a bit of shock because he's surprised.
Pim, you're up.
Oh no.
yeah, I'm gonna look
That's
at
how the plan falls apart.
I'm gonna look at Adam's expression, and then I'm gonna do my best impression of it.
Duncan.
Oh no.
Oh no, rock.
Oh no, rock. Concerned, unable to see, and knowing that we were about to get in trouble after all the spooky talk, Duncan is going to use his bonus action to turn into the Rocktopus and just kind of like slowly just shift and extend and kind of shove the mule out of the way as he just kind of like falls off of it.
Ready in the mule. Skitter ahead. Illyri, you're up.
Hearing all this, seeing the octopus appear, she's also going to use her bonus action. She's going to cast Hunter's Mark on the first thing or first monster that she sees. I'm not sure which one that would be, but
Probably to the one to the right that just threw the rock.
The ugly
Yeah.
one. The other one's prettier.
Yeah.
yeah, so she'll
'Cause he's in the
cast
shadow.
Hunter's Mark over there. Ah! That'll cover
This for good measure, yeah.
it. Just a quick, like,
That is a nat one on my second rock throw. Randall, that brings us back to you.
Regardless, sort of these things throw rocks at them, and because they miss so terribly, he's like, are they warning shots? Think regardless, I think what he will do. How fast is the current going? Is it like a steady current or?
Oh, it's pretty fast. It'll be like half your movement fast, unless you got a swim speed.
I wish I was aquatic hobgoblin, wouldn't I?
It's 2 sessions now. You've
I
said
think
that.
what I goes, he looks around and he goes, I will. This might be stupid, but I'm going to try and draw their fire towards me. And he's going to just still jump into the water and try and swim across. No hesitation. Bonus action dash as
All
he
right.
runs, takes a running leap into the water. Actually, I think he can just dash again with his action. So I'll put him across the entire length, right up to this one. He's going to bravely flourish his rapier at him and go and try and draw his attention. Like there's a little salute at him. He goes, "Hello, can we help you?" This is gonna hurt.
He
Yeah,
pulls
it
out
hurts.
this massive metal and stone Morningstar type thing, and just comes down on top of your shoulder blade for 12 bludgeoning.
Oh,
Jeez.
And you see as
regret.
this like milky kind of eye is still kind of staring off in another direction, just reflecting the sunset. You get the feeling that he more just knows you're there than actually sees you. Adam, it's your go.
Adam sees Regal getting absolutely smushed, and he's just going to throw an Eldritch Blast at this guy. Ugh. And I'm going to miss because I'm very confident in saying that a 10 will miss.
Nope, 10 hits.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yep.
I should actually ask before I assume that I miss, apparently.
He's big and not really
That,
wearing armor.
that is 11 points of force damage. Is there an obvious spot like behind a log or these trees where I can just get some cover?
You look around quickly. You're not seeing anything that will give you cover.
Okay, he just stays where he is.
Duncan.
Now being able to see in the dark, I noticed the horrifying creatures, specifically hitting his new friend.
Yeah, you look across and see as Adam's Eldritch Blast just rips right through the skin like paper. There's this hole for a moment until dead skin and flesh and tissue just fill the void.
All right. In the most impressive feat of swimming that most of you have ever seen from an octopus, the Rocktopus is going to dash a full 20 feet because he doesn't have a swim speed.
Illyri, then.
Delivery, not that one. Comes splashing through the water. 20. Just in range. She's going to cast Bless on Regal, Duncan, and herself.
At low levels, Bless is such a good spell.
It is. I'm so tired, guys. And that'll be the end of her turn because that's all she's got. Hunter's Mark drops. I'm not used to spell casting.
Yeah,
I think
concentrations are they're annoying.
Yeah. But
It's
there's
okay.
like 4 turns. Unless they come closer, it's going to be like 3 or 4 turns before she gets there. So I think Bless is more important for you two.
You're a paladin. You have all the spell slots. It's fine.
All the concentration spells too.
Mm.
Take it away, Pim.
I am going to summon a small beast, and it's going to be a white saber-toothed rabbit. Basically, it's got red blisters all over its body, and it's got fangs dripping with saliva, and it's going to be summoned right there in between the two creatures. This is my tribute to Monty Python, by the way. As the white hare leaps across and attacks this one, biting at its throat. 20 to hit and a 14 damage.
Okay. And that was it for Pim.
I will use a bonus action to defile ground underneath the one that my white rabbit, saber-toothed rabbit's attacking. So,
All right. I'm going to slap a cat with a Morning Star for 25. That'll be 9 bludgeoning damage.
it's not a cat. It's a
It's a
rabbit.
Regal, it's your go.
Regal is, after taking that blow to the shoulder blade, through gritted teeth, is going, is that the best you got? And he's going to recover from that. And he's going to try and jab it in the kneecap, because why not? Because that's as high as he probably can go. Maybe a little higher, actually. That's going to be, oh, that's 11. But yeah, stabby.
11 hits.
11
Hard to
hits. So 21 piercing damage to his kneecap.
You slice his kneecap right off. He seems fine, though.
Kneecaps are overrated.
Yeah.
And
They're
He's
really
being
not.
stupid.
and he's going to say this in louder than he normally would. Again, probably to attract attention. He goes, "On guard!" But then he's noticed that it's like he may or may not be blind because it's milky eye. So he's going to rotate around it, and he's going to say that really, really loud, and he's going to rotate around it, and he's going to bonus action hide behind its other leg, like other side, to confuse it. If you get what I'm trying to do. So he's gonna tiptoe like around him and then hide behind it. Does that make sense?
All right. Sure does.
Where's the stealth? That's going to be a 22.
Cool. He's going to do a wide sweeping arc with his giant Morning Starlight club and hit you with a 21, even at disadvantage.
I tried.
12 more bludgeoning.
Right. Okay. With that, as he sees it coming, like he does the wide sweep, he goes, "That's not fair," and he gets hit and he falls to the ground. He doesn't have time to dodge it. He's out cold, sleeping.
Wow.
Oh no.
Sleeping.
And no one's in range to heal him either.
It's fine.
No,
Doesn't know
because
where
he
I am.
moved.
It was clever in his
Adam.
mind. How was he supposed to know it was going to be like sweep?
I
was great.
believe the word I used was fraught.
Adam, you're up.
I'm going to go for the same guy that I shot before because he seems very hard to miss, and I don't miss, so that's good. And max damage, 14 points of force damage.
Nice.
No one
Right.
seems to be targeting him, so he's less concerned about finding cover this time.
Pim.
+6. 22 to hit. And it was firebolt. And 5 damage on the saber-toothed rabbit's attacking.
Okay.
Now I gotta scroll down to open up the beast thing.
Shoulder just starts to burn and wither as he eyes up the rabbit for another clubbing.
+6. 23 to hit. So 8 damage.
Roll a d4, Peter.
I did. A 1.
Yeah, roll another one.
Oh. 3.
Okay. So it takes an extra 1 necrotic on your turn and an extra 3 necrotic on your rabbit's turn.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
I
like your
like
whole
that.
subclass. You should remember
Yeah.
that.
I did a total of 12 damage.
I suspect Belvadere is going to tell you this once and then never again.
Hmm?
Anything else
Why
for
you got to
Pim?
plant those seeds? That's it.
Okay, then it is Duncan's go.
Okay. So I'm going to, with my 15 feet reach, grab this dude to try and stop him from easily crushing my unconscious friend. So they're gonna lash a tentacle out at him.
Yep.
That's a 17.
Yep.
When this creature was hit, did it seem to be taking that extra damage, or did it seem to be an alternative effect?
Yeah, it seems every time it takes damage, whatever is rotting the ground below it seems to surge up through its feet like a necrotic caltrop.
Okay, so it seemed that that did actually hurt it then. All
Yeah.
right, good to know. That is 8 bludgeoning. And then I'm going to expend my vital sacrifice to do an extra 9 necrotic damage, as there's a flash of red light at the end of my tentacle. And because I hit him with the tentacle, he is now grappled and restrained.
Grappled and restrained.
Hmm He can attempt to free himself on his turn. The DC 16.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then for my bonus action, I am going to hurt myself again to fuel this angry fight against this creature. So I'm going to take, oh God, 6 necrotic
Ooh.
Ow.
and end my turn.
Aliri, you're up.
Action to dash and movement takes me there. And that's it.
All right. Does an 11 hit your rabbit, Pete?
No, it does not.
Didn't think so. Regal, death save, please.
I told you he's just sleeping. It's an 18.
All right. Well, I was gonna attack a roctopus, but then I couldn't move, so I was going to auto crit you, but then Illyri stepped in, so I guess I will play golf with a goblin. Disadvantage is only an 8. So that brings us to Adam.
Adam will continue doing what is working for him so far, hitting the big ball head. That's
Yeah, but he's restrained, so you have advantage.
Oh, okay. So in case of crit, good point. No, I rolled a 17 and an 18. So that results in a 24 to hit and 10 points of damage. And I'm aiming for his other kneecap.
Yeah.
Just because why not?
It's gone, and he kind of down to one side, but seems no worse for wear.
Wow. Okay. Glad I'm safely on this side of the river. That's my turn.
It is your go.
I will dismount and come to there. And I will cast Healing Word, bonus action on Ragul. Oh, it jumped out. 3 plus 4 is 7 points of healing. Welcome back to the land of the conscious. Okay, then I will firebolt that sucker again.
The one by your.
Does a nat 1 hit? Well, it's a 7.
It's a nat 1.
Okay. Okay. Now, Bunny Rabbit. And I'm going to call it Monty. Monty is going to attack. 22 to hit. 11 points of damage.
Okay. Your rabid bunny is a scavenger. He's just tearing off chunks of this cyclops and gorging himself.
Is it dead?
No. Duncan, you're up.
Okay. Time to go in hyperspeed mode as I use my action to dash. There we go. That's all my movement. 10 and then another 20.
Okay.
All done.
O'Leary.
Me, I will swing to hit. That's a 21. 12 points of damage. Well, let's look for.
Belvadere, just to check, it does
Is it
look
still
like the stuff we're
restrained?
sorry.
Yes, it is still restrained.
I'm
It
just
does
gonna look
look
for
like
that.
all this stuff that we're doing is doing damage, right? Like he is injured at this point after all these many hits he's taken.
Well, he was injured before you started shooting him. He is being actively shredded and looks much worse for wear.
Okay, good.
That is that.
All right. Well, the Cyclops on the left is going to lift up his foot, kind of tuck his club underneath of it, and stomp on Monty. 20 to hit for 13 bludgeoning.
So I take the D4 off it, right? Which I rolled a 4.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
Sorry, you rolled a 4?
yeah,
So you took another 4 off of him.
off my bunny.
Okay, perfect. Works
And
for me.
he isn't going to live much longer.
I'll take it.
he's being a meat shield. He's doing his job.
Regal, I think that's another. Oh no, you're off of death saves.
Yeah, he's up.
No, I'm off. I'm off that saves. He's done with his power nap, and he hears Pim calling out to him. He was just spring up like he was having a nap. Like he goes, "All right, let's keep going. I'm good. I'm good." And he's going to stab it in the back of its leg. It's advantage.
You aim for the back of the kneecap, but cannot find it.
That's true. He's already on his knees. So because he just woke up, like, oh, it's on his knees. On what? It's got no knees left. He was just stabbing in the back. 13.
That's with advantage.
Yeah, it was a.
Yep, 13 hits.
And your
not great
D4.
rolls. 7 and 6. I think I still hit it. So,
Okay. I'm
Thank
just
you.
reminding you, you have the D4 as well.
I mean,
Yes.
if anyone was going to roll under an 8, it would be Duncan.
Yeah.
That's going to be 19 piercing as he's trying to sever its spine. Never even cares.
19 piercing. Okay.
Yeah, he's that's
So
it.
you sever
With
his
that-
spine. He seems more like a wacky, inflatable, waving arm guy with his club.
And to finish his turn, he'll. I don't know if I don't think I can see you anymore, because he's not standing anymore. Never mind. He was going to wink at you, but I don't think you can see it. He might be able to give the Roctopus a wink, like a thumbs up. That's his turn.
Leary didn't hit him, if I recall. So he'll
No, I
spin around
did
and.
hit him.
Okay. Well, it's a 10 anyway, so it's not
Yeah,
going
she
to
did
hit
smack him.
anyone.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Adam.
So a 17 to hit
Yep.
for 12 points of force damage. Aiming for the ball on his head.
Yeah, his eye just implodes. You see this like brain matter begin to ooze down his face. He licks it and readies his club.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
Won't be able to eat
Guy
that
is-
eye.
What a beast.
I think that one's a little old.
Yeah,
That's it for
a
Adam.
little stale.
Oh yeah.
Pim.
Okay, Pim is going to healing word Monty. So 6 healing. That'll give it 10 hit points left.
Nice.
Fire a firebolt again. Does a 12 hit?
Sure does.
Okay, 9 points of damage. Plus the D4. 10 points of damage. And then Monty leaps at his throat again. 18 to hit.
Yep.
9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, I'm using my fingers.
Yeah, 12 fingers.
So your rabbit jumps up and
He's from
rips
Florida.
out his throat. He leaves these claw marks down his chest as he slides back down to the ground. And looking up, this Cyclops' head without half his neck just plops down kind of into his chest, just the eyeball gaping straight down at the Monty now.
Does he look hurt pretty bad, at least, the enemy?
He looks like he shouldn't be alive.
Oh,
We
is
should
he
be in the
dead?
water.
No, he's fine.
Oh,
He readies his
man.
club.
Okay. So Monty is going to risk an opportunity attack.
Sweet. I'm going to take it.
You buy Monty.
21 for 13 plus a d4. He's dead.
Oof. Monty disappears in a blaze of furry glory.
Duncan, you're up.
Okay. So the Cyclops. I started moving originally because I thought it was down, but apparently it is not, and it's still going. That's why I double moved before. I was like, oh, that was easy. I'll keep moving. Um, but we'll just assume that it was a tactical movement to protect everyone from the second one. That's exactly what it was. Um, let's attack this guy again with a tentacle. Does it look like it's been healing
Nope.
at all? No? Okay.
Looks like he's
Why
been
didn't I
being
think
ripped
of
to
that?
shreds.
Okay. And then I'll continue to do so. Nope. Okay. We'll take the 19. That's 8 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And let's hit it with a burst of energy too from the tip of the tentacle.
Just the tip?
Just a tip. That's 6 necrotic damage and a burst of light.
Okay.
Eyes will flash. I'll take 4 necrotic damage. That's my turn.
O'Leary.
O'Leary, he's going to take a swipe. And it's still restrained, yeah?
Mhm.
Yep.
I'll take that 13 for 9 points of damage. And that'll do. Yeah.
Well, the Cyclops on the left, even though his eye is staring straight down, is going to pick up a nice hefty rock and hurl it at Pim. 10 won't hit though. Wow, I wish these guys could hit. They'd be a lot more scary.
What do you mean? He
Yeah,
hit me with
Razza's
disadvantage of
Razza's
25.
okay. Yeah.
I like that every disadvantage, he missed everyone but me.
Are you still prone, Razza?
No, I'm not. I hopped up. So he's still not literally, but he's still kicking, isn't he? He's still showing signs of life. Right? So
He's not really showing signs of life, but he's
signs of
showing
life, but
signs
is he
of
like
swinging his club.
of hostility? Right, yeah, that's what I was going for. Okay, so with this, I was like, what is this? This is just he sheathes his rapier and he's gonna draw out 2 daggers. He goes, I actually wanted to do this for a very long time. He's going to rock climb up his back. So he's going to go one dagger in, one dagger out, one dagger in, one dagger. He's going to climb and get to its head, and he's going to try and stab it in the head just repeatedly, if you allow it. 14? Dagger.
14 is fine.
And he's going to, again, stab with the other dagger into it. 14 plus, yeah, that's fine, 19. And that's going to be another extra 3 points of damage.
So Illyri and Duncan see the hobgoblin pry itself up like an Iron Man competition with these daggers from the shoulders of this Cyclops, reach forward and jab one blade in, reach forward as the first blade begins to slip and he starts to slide. He jabs the other one in, and the daggers just through ribs and shoulder blades as he slides back to the ground. Half of his back is probably missing, but he seems unfazed and is still ready to swing his club.
He looks up and he's like, huh, that usually works. Yes.
19, finally. Does that hit Illyri?
Yep.
I was 19.
14 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 19 with disadvantage. So
yeah, there you go. See, the hobgoblins are getting... yes, the goblins are getting wrecked.
So it's
Right,
14
so I make my
bludgeoning.
save.
Oh yeah, for concentration. Sweet.
Yeah, for bless, so she's good.
DC 10.
Well, 20, I massively succeed.
Adam, that brings us back to you.
Come on, Adam, finish it.
Adam's contemplated so many things he could do, but there's nothing else he can do. He's just not in range, so he's just gonna throw another Eldritch Blast at the same guy that barely has anything left. And rolls a 13 to hit. And does 12 points of damage.
Excellent. You blast out a cavity in his chest and realize that had it have been there, you might have stolen his heart, but it was gone already.
Oh,
And I assume he looks down at the hole in his chest and then readies his club.
Nope, he doesn't look. He just readies his club.
Oh, okay.
You already removed his eyeball. Yeah, he doesn't have an eyeball.
Regal's head kind of peeks into the gaping hole in his chest and just kind of looks at you wide-eyed as you just missed him.
Yeah, like
Him, you're up.
okay. Guess I'm gonna firebolt again. I gotta save a healing word for, people who tend to go down.
Also known as people not hiding on the other side of the river.
15 to hit.
Yep.
6 damage.
Okay. And that was just basic damage. There's no D4 on that.
If you'll let me retcon and do my bonus action first. There's a D4 on it. So can I do my bonus action first?
Sure.
Okay, then I move it from here. I do it so that it's covering him, but not touching the octopus. Rocktopus. Okay. The 4 on the D4. I'm going to say, that's my
Duncan.
turn.
The ground behind you begins to rot.
So, starting to get concerned as he's surrounded by 2 big boys. Duncan is going to giant octopusy squid eye just kind of look at these 2, and then look at these 2 giant dudes. He's going to release this one that he has and take a swing at the other one. 23 should hit.
Yep.
7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And 11 necrotic. as I grapple and restrain this one. And then Lyri will hear in her head, smite the damn thing.
That's a good idea.
And then I'll bonus action hurt myself a little bit. As a treat.
Paladin has no spell slots left.
No.
That's what I was afraid of. I was like,
Oh.
It is your go, Illyri.
It is my turn. Only 6 points of damage.
6. You slice off half of his thigh, but he's still readying his club. Well, I guess I will scoop up and hurl a rock at the Roctopus because he won't let me go. That's a 15.
Yeah, 15 hits.
Is 29 bludgeoning.
29 bludgeoning?
Yeah, you got crushed by a rock.
Will interception work here because he's within 5 feet of me?
Yep.
Yeah, as long as the
Sounds-
target is within 5 foot of you. I think
Sounds
that's
like
what
it
we
works.
said. Yeah.
Oh, take 3 points off of that.
So
Okay.
26.
I'll take
Rolled a
it.
1.
yeah, it's less damage. I'll take that too.
Ooh, okay. That hurt.
Yep.
Okay.
That was
No.
my motivation to get you across the river.
I'm already across the river.
I know.
I'm counting these rocks. There's only one rock left and it's real small.
You should take the rocks and just throw them in the river.
All right, Regal, you are up.
Yeah, he's just going to again rethink this. He's like, all right, let's try this. And he's going to look at the arm that's holding the club, and he's going to jab towards the joint. He's going to try and literally disarm this Cyclops. So he's going to be aiming to cut off its arm. I'm specifically targeting the limb. Going to be... I got blessed as well, right? I'm good.
You do.
Just
Add your
in case it's a
D4.
hide. Oh, nice. 16.
Okay.
10 points of piercing. Let's see. One strike, and then he's gonna jab the other one in and try and like start tearing it apart. That was a double 19, super close for my second attack. Like nat 19. Let's see. 4 extra damage.
Okay. So as he readies his club still at Illyri, you surge forward and slash away, splitting whatever tendons are still holding it to his corpse. The hand and the stone spiked morning star tumble to the ground. Well, the arm, I guess, not the hand.
So after he slices and dices and sees that happen, because just sighs and goes, this has been a very long day. That's his turn.
Well, since he has no arm any longer, he kind of reaches down, grabs his leg below the kneecap, lifts it up, and swings at Illyri with his boot and foot inside.
That feels like a disadvantage roll.
16 to hit.
He's got 2 legs.
I'm imagining he's like the knight from Monty Python. He's like just a
Yeah.
torso.
16 bludgeoning, because that was some good damage finally. Again.
Ow.
Ouch.
16. Ow. So
Ow,
you see
ow.
that, and you see Illyri is like,
Yeah, I'm a
This
little
isn't
impressed she's still
good.
up.
by a thread.
by a thread. Yeah,
If it
because it's
wasn't
like
for
30
those Fey
damage.
hit points that you gave me last time, I would be down.
Attempts.
Hmm.
Adam's go.
Just keep shaking my head. There is nothing I can do. I'll try and target the arm that's still attached. See if I can, hit the elbow enough to make him drop the leg or something like that. That's another 10 to hit. Luckily, I haven't rolled lower than 4 so far.
Yep.
Ugh, bad damage though. Only 6 damage. Probably doesn't even feel that. And Adam is seeing everyone looking like they're all about to drop and then thinks to himself, the next rock might come his way. And he's going to move another 30 feet further back up the road. So,
Cowards.
damn right.
O'Leary, don't
He's
forget
right
you have
out.
good berries.
Yeah, but it's
So, yeah.
1 for an action. That's 1 HP.
She can't spam it in combat. Yeah, she'll be like,
He's like 90 feet away from these things.
Okay.
And if it looks
Yeah,
like a
there's
rock, they can
number
throw a
of
rock that
counters on
far.
there somewhere, but it's fine. Oh, he can definitely throw a rock that far.
Oh,
Pim,
but
you're up.
he doesn't know that. So if he ever sees that, he'll then move further away because he's got 150 feet on
he'll
his.
just
on his Eldritch
move all
Blast.
the way away.
Yes.
7 healing from Healing Word on Alira. And then Firebolt. 14
Which one are you attacking?
on the same guy.
Yeah.
Did you roll with advantage?
No.
I'm restraining him. Roll with advantage.
Oh. 18.
Yep.
8 damage plus the defiled ground is 3. So 11 points.
He readies his club. Duncan,
Oh.
you're up.
I'm going to go ahead then and pick up that creature's weapon and swing it down into his head while
Okay.
keeping
Bam,
the
bam.
rest of the tentacles on this one. So I'm not doing a tentacle attack. This one stays restrained. Take a swing at that one. Which will still
Bless has
be.
dropped.
Oh no! Alrighty.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
That's okay. That's a 21 to hit. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
It's a.
2d8's 2d8's okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But I think Monster Manual actually says to add a weapon die, so that's probably fine. 2d8.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that'll be 14 bludgeoning damage to this one. We'll do one last burst of necrotic damage, which is actively not healing it because I double checked and I've been watching them the whole time while fighting them. Because it feels like it's healing them and Bel's not saying anything. That's 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
Turns out the whole time.
It's still up. He readies his boot.
Bell,
These
how?
are gray ogres.
Well, yeah,
How?
these are gray ogres.
This thing's taking like at least 100 damage on that one alone.
Way over 100.
At least. All right.
I've done like 45 myself.
All right. Well then, I even closed my character sheet out of confusion just now. Hold on, let me reload. Okay, I have to heal myself, so I'm not popping when I get hit with another rock or something, I guess. So I'm gonna spend a spell slot. Hey, I heal 8,
Nice.
which will still leave me at less than 30 if it hits me like it did last time. But that's my turn.
Leary, you're up.
Illyri feeling very fragile and honestly probably quite sorry for herself at this point. She's going to use 13 of her lay on hands points. And that'll be her turn.
The ogre to the left will throw what is apparently his last stone at the octopus. 8 will not hit.
8 misses.
Yeah. Back to Regal.
Back to work. He'll try and finish dismembering it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's gonna hit. So 16. Cool. 14 slashing towards the joint. And again, he will if that cut does not dismember it, he will attack again. Is that enough to sever the rotting tendons or what's left
It
of it?
is not.
All
You
right.
slice off
Strikes
his
again.
other arm, and it and the quarter leg holding the boot fall to the ground.
All right. So next is a 19 to hit. No,
Yep.
20, dirty 20 to hit. Okay, I think it's only an extra. I'm reading this correctly. There's an extra 2 points of damage to the tendon.
He still seems not living or dead, but as you slice through his hip, dragging your blades along either side, cutting his leg out from under him, he collapses to the ground and is effectively useless, anyways. So we'll just remove him.
That works.
Yep.
I think with that, he goes, all right, we're good. And then he sees the other one and is like, oh, come on. And he's that's his turn.
Brings us back to Mr. Warlock.
He'll target a kneecap for what it's worth for a 14 to hit and 10 points of damage.
All right, you blast out what might be a kneecap.
Specifically to try and make his leg fall off or become weaker. Easier for someone else to chop off.
Yep. If that is it for Adam, that brings us back to Pim.
okay. Pim is going to nat 20. Yes.
Finally.
Yay!
The first crit of the
Yeah,
night.
there you go. There's the mathematical
Only 12 points
side kicking
plus
in.
4, 16 points of damage. Plus the 4 is 1. So 17 points of damage.
Your
You crit
firebolt
him.
plunges through his spleen as he turns to rip off his head and throw that, being out of rocks. And he just bursts into flames. The smell of dead flesh erupts in a thick, thick green smoke.
Pim turns to Adam and says, "Could you carry me and Sir across the water, please?"
Adam looks at him in absolute shock and then just starts trying to make his way across the water by himself.
How
I think
cool.
Regal's going to silently walk towards what's left of this creature. You look at Illyri, nod at her to make sure she's all right. Nod at the octopus, and you'll go up to what's left of the chart and just stab it in the head. So double tap, like just make sure it's dead.
Yeah.
Double tap.
Yeah.
I think we're good. As he kind of like wipes his blades on the grass.
As he's doing that, Duncan will just like kind of nod with his giant octopus head and just start smashing the other ones with the base, just to make sure.
I think for good measure, just grab it and throw it in the water.
Well, before I do that, I make sure there's nothing on it. I assume it's just wearing like a loincloth, but I'll kind of do a
I hope
quick
so.
tentacly check.
Oh my gosh.
Investigation check, please.
Hat down the ogre.
I mean, he's got some item under the loincloth.
That's a 12.
Give me a religion check, please.
9.
So as you begin to dig through the empty cavity where the heart used to be, you come across some sort of a metal talisman of sorts that had been embedded inside of this creature. You have its weird stone mace, and you see some sort of a will be map sized, but it is like a crude note. Do you speak giant?
No.
Yep, just some crude note with some sort of possibly dwarven, possibly primordial runes. You don't really understand it.
All right. Bash it one more time. And then I'll let go of the mace and start being a human again. Oh God, that was gross. Anyone read giant or whatever this is? As he'll just kind of wave it in the air.
If I speak
I'm
primordial,
not.
do I recognize it?
Can we
You
say
look
that
at it.
Adam and Pim are across the river?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
we're off the map. You guys are
Okay.
doing whatever you guys are doing.
Cool.
You look at it, Pim. You don't recognize any of the symbols. There
That's
are
not primordial.
similarities, but nothing you can interpret.
Illyria will sort of just virtually crumple to the ground. She is exhausted. And sort of be like, can we sleep now? I'm very tired.
Yeah, we should probably sleep after all of that. Has anyone heard?
No, he never touched me.
I'm actively saying it, looking at Recall.
He's putting on, he's putting on like the very he's obviously hurt, but he's putting on like he's trying to make it seem less severe than it is. He got a bit of a limp, very badly bruised, especially in the shoulder blade. Oh, it's dented, I suppose. He just looks at Illyri and he goes, "I'll be fine. I think she needs your attention more." As he kind of stumbles a bit, he's like, I'll just
Here's a
walk it off.
good berry. Do you eat
He'll
it?
take that. Yes.
Okay, you get a wart right here, but you heal for 1 point.
No, I don't. I refuse to go to war. I'm a hobgoblin. I don't get warts.
Everyone knows
It's only
hobgoblins
to a
have the
long
best
rest.
skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He got more handsome somehow. It's weird.
Yeah. More
Um,
chiseled. Haha.
All right.
Illyria will stumble over to Regal and give him her last 2 points of lay on hands. She sort of pats him on the shoulder and a flash of silver and
Very sluggishly, he pats her on the head. Good effort. Thank you. The guy will, well, not sure if we'll find a space or not, but yeah, he would help set up like camp so we can sleep.
Who may, you know what? Adam. He'll wait till you're looking and he'll just kind of
He
throw
looks.
the weird idol thing that he took out of the chest of the creature. What do you think?
Adam will look at it. What does Adam see?
Yep. Give me a religion check.
18.
18. Okay. You look at this talisman. You don't recognize it so much as get a kind of a cold chill down your spine that goes kind of against your core being. This reminds you of someone or something referred to as the Whispered One.
Adam would shudder and like throw it back, not aggressively, just sort of like release it from his hands in Duncan's direction and shake his head. Oh no, no thanks.
What is it? What do you know? Duncan will not catch it though after that reaction. He'll just kind of like slightly move and watch it fall.
He'll just say, "Whispered one."
Look over at Leary.
Yeah.
Lyra's asleep.
She's just
Pretty much.
unconscious.
She's like, she's sort of curled up and she's like, yeah.
Leary, you were hearing this conversation in the background, not so much paying attention to it, but as they kind of draw you out of your started slumber, you're realizing what you've absorbed. Adam is referring to Vecna, the arch necromancer. This symbol seems to be related to him somehow.
Vecna, that's necromancy. That's not good. This is really bad. Really bad.
Okay. Are we still by the bodies? I assume we were still by the bodies, but maybe we aren't.
Yeah, I think Illyri kind of almost collapsed just at
Okay.
the edge of the river where she was.
All right. Let's hope this is it for the night. And I just kind of start shoving pieces of the Cyclopses into the river. It's polluted anyway. It's kind of just
Wait, good to know you're not going to eat them.
nah, not this one. And I'm just kind of just shoving them in. And I'll take the talisman that's on the ground and I'll just kind of chuck it in the water too.
Okay.
As Illyri sort of curls back up, sort of absolutely drained, she will cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
Just to see, like, essentially how safe are we, or are we like relatively safe within this area?
You don't detect the presence of any further undead. There seems to be a lingering stain coming from the direction of the Vermaloc wildwoods on this side of the river, opposite of the way you guys were, as if they came from there.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I mean, if you want to move, but the yak buddies, we can move somewhere else. But we're kind of safe here for the minute.
Is anyone still hurt?
Regala is, but again, he's trying not. He's basically seeing, like, hoping you would attend to other people. He's like,
All
you
right.
walk it off.
I'm gonna give you a dirty look and then just throw 6 good berries at you.
Splat.
You
And then
see
I'm
he kind of
sorry.
Understands it, and he goes, "I was peckish, I suppose."
All right.
Alright.
I'm gonna use my last 2 spell slots to just make 20 more good berries and save them for later. If no one's
Wise.
bleeding out.
He's Belvadere. Give us a long rest because we just burned all our spells again.
Yep.
I don't think they were burned. Like, you throw something at us that apparently can take 200 damage without blinking.
Yeah, see, I saved all of my crits for my undead fortitude rolls, so I definitely rolled
He
at
was-
least
yeah.
six
Okay.
nat 20s on those rolls.
I knew
Okay.
I knew he was doing that in the background. I'm like, he's just getting up. He's just
I
not telling
assumed
us
it
he's
had to
rolling for
be.
it. Yeah.